Hello and welcome to the BitSocket podcast. It's episode number 6.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I had to look at Joe there. I've actually got it written in front of me as well, but I just like to look at Joe for all that reassurance, all that confidence he gives me. I'm Scott White.
And I'm Joe Merrick.
Who?
Fucking Joe.
Fucking Joe. That's right, it's fucking Joe, everybody. So we've got an action-packed...
Oh, God.
I know. We've got an action-packed God coming up for you. You should see the size of his handlebar moustache. We've got all the features that you've grown to tolerate, plus a new one as well.
What's this?
So, well, this will be... You know what, I'm not going to get too much preamble because
Right.
I'll leave that for when I give it loads of preamble later on.
Cool.
So we've
In the meantime, though, what have you been playing recently?
What have I been playing recently? Well, it's still Xenogears. The problem with Xenogears...
Not Skyward Sword, no.
Fuck you.
Not Skyward Sword.
I've been playing a lot of portable games
Yeah.
recently. I've been very busy this week. I've had one day off in the last 2 weeks.
You take your Wii U with you.
To my
play
Wii
Skyward
U
Sword.
with me, to my work. I've been playing a lot of Xenogears, which is fantastic. It is a brilliant, fun game. But my big problem is there's so many Vita games I want to be playing apart from it as well. But because I've had to put a US profile on my Vita, it's restricted me. So the only games I've got on my Vita are Chrono Cross, another JRPG, or Xenogears. I'm
I
determined
thought you were going to say
play
the only
Xenogears.
games I've got are Xenogears Disc 1
Disc 1
and Xenogears Disc 2.
But I have been playing a bit of Mario Kart again online though.
Oh,
It seems like the online presence has dropped. Like whenever I'm on, nobody else is.
Yeah, I think our schedules are different from pretty much all other people in the world when it comes to online games.
So I definitely need to get
yeah,
back into playing more of that, especially because the Mercedes-Benz DLC's coming up soon. And I
Can't
really
wait for that, eh?
wouldn't it be rubbish if they made that the best car?
Oh, God.
It's like, so everyone was like, alright,
Aye.
I have to fucking use it because it's the best
Drive
car.
off-road faster.
So good. But how about you? What you been playing?
Well, I was on a train down to London last week for a wedding, and
fancy,
I thought I'd download a game to keep me occupied. So I downloaded Cave Story on my 3DS, and it's smashing. It's a really, really great adventure game.
So is it the new version that came
No,
out?
right, okay, there's so many versions of Cave Story. In fact, there's one for the Dreamcast that just came out. Sometime
Oh, they just came out? Sweet.
But no,
Is that in game? Can I buy that in game?
yeah, Electronics Boutique. This is the Wii one on the 3DS with parallax sort of 3D graphics, but they're still pixelated. It's not Cave Story 3D. Anyway, it's the one in the eShop. It's really, really good. Great music, kind of a real throwback to that old sort of, I was going to say, that kind of Metroidvania style, exploring around a big 2D map.
Is that how it plays?
Getting involved in a story. Yeah, you get very early on. You get a gun. What's really and the gun. Basically, it levels up as you shoot enemies, but if you get hit by enemies, it levels down.
Oh, right.
It's really, really clever. So
is it not a shmup like that?
yeah, no, there's a lot of things like that. I mean, it's not a
Scott, that's pretty much every game's like that.
no,
Fucking idiot.
but like, you know what I mean.
Fucking Joe.
So yeah. No, I just think it's a really clever mechanic because it makes it's difficult, but it's also the challenge isn't just not getting hit. The challenge is not leveling down your weapon, and then if you do, you have to. Oh right, here we go. You have to kill more enemies to pick up the things. Anyway, it's really good. So good, in fact, my battery ran out.
Oh.
So I had to switch over to using Kim's 3DS XL. But obviously, it's downloadable game, so it's not on it.
Yeah.
So I just started a new file on Ocarina of Time.
So did you go and just take Kim's DS offer?
Yeah,
Kim, mine's run out.
Yeah,
She's
pretty
like,
much.
I'm playing this level.
Yeah, pretty much. And the problem is that's done two things to me. One, it's made me really want a 3DS XL because it's a million things better than the 3DS, and I never realised that. And two, I can't stop playing Ocarina of Time, so I've almost finished it, and that's since Friday.
How many times have you played this game now?
I must be almost into triple digits now from start to finish.
You could really have learned languages.
I know.
Think about all the games you've got that you've not played and completed.
No, I think it sounds ridiculous, triple digits, but thinking about the amount of times I've played that game from start to finish back in the N64, then on the GameCube.
I mean, 3 times is quite a lot.
That
was a good joke there.
Yeah.
See you on next week.
No, but that's the thing. Ocarina of Time is the only one I've done that with. All the other Zelda games, it's a handful of times I completed start to finish. In fact, with Phantom Hourglass, it's once. But with Ocarina of Time, it's literally like almost 100 times or so.
How many times do you think you'll complete Hyrule Warriors?
I doubt I'll
Not
ever
even
get.
once?
Not even once. But I mean, it looks amazing.
It
but
does
I'll
look
probably never finish it because
Yeah.
I'm rubbish at Dynasty Warriors. Anyway, so that's what I've been playing.
So that brings us smoothly on to this week's first feature. This week, we keep saying week, don't we? Let's do this every day.
This episode.
Today's episode, which is 5 Minutes in Heaven with a mystery game.
Oh, should I be excited or should I be worried?
You're probably not going to be that bothered by it, so let's find out. Now, what big war game came out this week? The big war game that everyone's talking about this week.
I don't know.
Remember, we saw it. I've seen it before. Remember, everyone's talking about it. Oh, it's all emotional. It's all emotional. It's got a dog in it.
Oh, right, of course, Valiant Hearts.
Yep,
right,
that's right.
Okay.
So, in honour of Valiant Hearts coming out this week, we're playing Sniper Elite 3 on the PlayStation 4.
Ah, alright, okay.
Okay, so this is the first level. Right, so I've put it on the easiest mode.
It's still too difficult for me.
Because you don't need to worry about bullet drop and things like that. Though it kind of would have been funny, but it wants to be a pleasurable experience. Right, okay, 5 minutes starts now. We'll go to the star.
Of course, you follow the waypoint. That's what
Follow the waypoint.
Oh, this guy.
He's your pal.
Alright, so I just thought that.
Go to the waypoint.
Right, okay, I'm going. See, you and your non-inverted controls, kind of.
That's how the game starts.
Use L2 to look through your sniper scope. Use D-pad to zoom in. R1 to steady your aim.
Well, you're aiming there at a sand dune. So
I'm just doing what I'm
right,
doing with
you see where the stars are?
Alright, so
Right,
kill the guy with
there
the
we
star.
go. So think, where do you want to hit him?
His head. Let's go for his head.
Let's go for his head.
Oh, slow motion bullet.
Slow motion bullet. This is what the game's known for. It's slow motion bullet. Are you ready for this?
Oh, it's gone through his eye. That's horrible. That's actually horrible.
There you go, headshot. Well done. He's not going home to visit his family after the war. There's another one.
Oh, this got my feet have gotten funny. Right, who's this guy?
Who's this guy? Let's find out. Who are you?
They're all called Kill. Right, let's go for it.
Right, shoot
Let's
him.
go for a headshot again.
Oh, is it going to hit him? It's right up his binoculars. Oh, I didn't see that coming. It's funny because he's not got a face anymore.
It's gone. I'm going to be sick. For God's sake.
That's your pal.
Right, look,
Go to the waypoint. It doesn't say kill above his head.
is that all you do in this game?
No,
Just you
this
kill
is
who it tells you to kill.
This is the tutorial mode.
What happened to that guy? He just kind of flew into the. We glitched there.
Right. Oh, can you see? There's another wee star. Oh, there he is.
Right, let's go for it. Let's get him. I can't. Alright, okay, of course. Right, you have to wait till your heartbeat is.
Yes, exactly. So the game itself came out this week on, I think it's PC, Xbox 360, Xbox One, PS3, PS4. I went for the PS4 version because it's a bit like, you know how some people can't walk past a Greggs without buying a sausage roll? I find it difficult to walk past a game shop without buying something from a PS4. So I decided to pick this up. And that's quite good fun. It's a nice wee...
Did it hit him? Did it hit him? Did it hit him?
Oh. Scalped through his... Is that through his arm?
Through his arm into his chin.
No, through his teeth. You knocked out all his teeth.
This game's horrible.
This is the worst game I've ever played.
It's so horrible.
Good stuff.
This is the one that Charlie Brooker's in this one, isn't he?
Yes, Charlie Brooker's in the DLC for it.
Oh, destroy vehicles by shooting weak spots.
So use your binocs.
Use R3 to look through your binoculars. Use R2 to tag. Oh, okay, wait a minute. So this is a bit like MGS.
Well, this is the weird thing about it that I kept finding is there's quite a few things that I was like, oh, that's a wee bit like you can tag up to 7 people using your binoculars and keep track of them. A wee bit like Ground Zeroes, which is good fun. I don't think it's unique to that, to be honest, but it's quite good fun.
Right,
There you
so
go.
I should get that then. I should kill it, yeah.
Kill that van.
Kill the
Kill the van.
car.
Well, I think you aim for the
Weak
fuel
spot,
thing
yeah,
underneath.
Yep.
Aye.
Got it. Here we go.
That's the kind of music it should play when the bullet's going. Oh,
Got it.
there you
Hey.
go. There you go. You've killed some more men. How proud do you feel?
Really good.
Feel really good about killing more
When
men.
is this set? Is this like maybe
It's set
modern? Or is it meant to be?
1990. No, it's World War Two.
Right, okay, that's what I was thinking. Because they had slow motion
That's slow motion.
back then, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
No, it's just
That's
because
slow motion kill cam.
I don't know why I thought it was meant to be like a Modern Warfare thing, but then looking at the weapons, I'm like, alright, that's obviously
No,
an older
obviously.
war.
I've played the first 3 missions of it and quite enjoyed it.
Yeah.
You see, if you play it from a kind of like,
No, it does-
I'm going to stealth kill as many people as because the stealth kills are ridiculous. You stab folk up the head with a knife.
It does seem quite good fun, although
Up
it's
the
got that sort of that modern game thing where all you're doing is just following a waypoint.
You can turn them off. You
Yeah,
can
but-
just go by your map.
Alright, use.
In the opening level, the map isn't very wide, but
Yeah,
as it goes
okay.
on, it gets like there are kind of
Okay,
multiple
okay,
routes
okay,
you can
okay.
use.
Yeah.
and things like that. Let's see, will we have enough time for you to stab your first mans?
Oh god.
Oh, you've got 16 seconds.
Use
circle to crouch. Quick, right, lie down. Quick, stand up and press.
Use triangle to silently kill.
Right, press it. Quick, can you get behind this next guy? No. Time up. Time up.
Ah well.
That is your 5 minutes with Sniper Elite 3. So, what did you think? So you've shot a few men, you've blown up a truck, you've choked a man.
It's alright.
And then you played Sniper Elite 3?
Yeah, yeah. Yes. It's alright, yeah.
Cool, we should put that in the box.
I prefer a shotgun.
Shotgun. Noob. Sniper shotgun.
Oh god. Didn't make me think about that. No, it's good. I don't know, it seems like...
Do you know what I quite like about it? It reminds me of those games that came out on the PS2 that you would get sometimes that weren't like high budget AAA fuck, because we had AAA PS2 games, but those kind of middle titles that would come out and you pick it up for like 20 quid and think, fuck, this is a really good laugh.
Yeah.
And it didn't outstay its welcome. It was just a bit of fun. And this, it's got some stealth elements. It's fucking barmy later on. There's a bit where an optional objective is to blow up 6 trucks, and I blew them all up. And it wasn't until I left this area that one guard was like, what was that?
You know what?
Out of, like, blew up 6 trucks, and one guy who was only maybe 50 metres away was suddenly like, huh?
You know what it reminds me of a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
It makes me think of, I think it's the sniping equivalent of Operation Windback.
Wow.
which is like the kind of duck and cover shooter.
Yeah, that's not a bad way to describe it.
Although even then, that's being a bit unfair to Operation Windback, because Operation Windback...
the classic
Operation
Windback.
Operation Windback created a genre.
I actually watched over the some of the cutscenes for that recently, because I was going to be doing a feature, which I'm not doing. I will do it at some point. And that game has not aged well.
Yes, it has. It's amazing.
It's aged as well as the Turin Shroud.
Right, okay.
Anyway, so Sniper Elite 3... Bit of fun.
Yeah, bit of fun.
Bit of fun. You look like you've turned a bit green.
I know, it doesn't... Thinking of skeletons and blood coming...
Shot out all the guy's teeth.
I know. Oh, it's just the way it's shot.
I don't think you even killed him. I think he's still alive.
I feel a bit like I need a shower now.
Well, good. Well, I'll get one running and we'll leap in. So there we go. That's Joe shot out some innocent German man's teeth.
I feel so guilty.
You should feel guilty. That wasn't even an enemy. In Sniper Elite 3 there. So, now, you might remember last episode we had Tom Waits on.
Yeah.
Remember you recorded
I surreptitiously recorded him in the doctor's office.
And we've actually had a copyright infringement notification, so that's going to be fun to deal with.
Yeah.
Well, inspired by that, I thought, what kind of thing could I do that would be really interesting? And I thought, you know what? I'm going to bring my DVD collection of video game adaptations. But you know what happened? Do you know what happened?
What?
The covers fell off. So I don't know what films these are from. Not only that, and you think, well, Scott, why don't you look at the front of the disc? Oh, well, I dropped them face down on the ground and they just came right off. And also, when I play them in my DVD player, they play it 30% faster than they should. I mean, It's just a perfect storm. My task for you, Joe, is because I offered him the easy way. It didn't involve them being faster, but Joe's like, no hard. So I've got 5 video game movies here, right?
Okay.
Clips from them.
Okay.
So you've got to guess the film. Now, some of the films you might not have watched. I'm going to put that up in Front Street. Some of them.
All of them?
No. Right. No, definitely. You'll have heard of them at least.
Right.
But there are some clues in the dialogue.
Okay.
So I shall start now. So
who's this Cooper clown? We gotta talk to that goofball now. I don't think you want to do that. Why? Why not? That Cooper clown is exactly the same.
Oh, yes.
Where is that?
I think we started with an easy one there.
Okay, so as I say, they're all shuffled. I don't know what it is. 33% fast. I can't tell. So what do you think? What do you think that scene was?
Oh, right. I think that was the glorious Oscar-winning Mario Brothers.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yep. I think you're right.
Okay.
Fantastic. Right. So let me just put that on my pile. Okay. So let's see. We've got another one coming up now. Okay, so remember, listen out for the clues.
I'm glad I'm helping you out here. Oh, this is... No
It's a
idea.
famous one.
Yo, homie, that's a really nice watch. Kind of reminds me of one I lost.
He didn't lose it. Pawned it up on 128 a few hours ago. You following us? I'm only following you.
Oh, hell no. What, you a cop or something?
Not tonight.
That's too bad. Now go get my watch.
Come on, Doug. Come get his watch.
Think about it. It sounds like a guy battering some children.
Shooting them.
Right, okay. So think about what you heard there. So you heard some shooting. You heard a guy
After a watch.
after a watch,
What was that?
and he was talking about there was a policeman in it. Think about it. What are the clues leading you to?
A watch.
Right, I think you're getting hung up on the watch.
A policeman.
Video game movies with policemen in them.
What am I going to think of? I can't even think. Streets of Rage. No, it didn't even go a policeman in that.
Oh, the Streets of Rage movie.
There's no Streets of Rage movie. But I don't know. No, I have no idea. I have no idea. Sorry.
So it was Max Payne.
Of course. He's a policeman.
He is a dog.
He is a dog.
Right, okay, so that's
Right.
one. But certainly, it looks like we got it sorted.
Okay, well,
I
yeah,
figured that out.
You figured it out.
Okay, so here's the next one. Hope you've seen this one. I think you have.
I promised my brother I'd kill you if he couldn't have you.
Well, the solution would be to kiss me and then kill me. But I have a better solution. I kill you! And you open the soul!
Now, I know you've seen this movie.
Oh. What? I don't even recognise that.
Well, remember, my DVD player is stuck on fast. Okay, so, is that background music there? I had a wee bit of an Eastern feel to the music.
I know what this is. I just got it from the music right at the end there. Yeah, okay.
And it is?
Because I seen this at the IMAX in London.
Wow.
Prince of Persia.
Yes,
Right,
you're right.
there we go.
Was that the first IMAX film you saw?
That was the first time I'd seen an IMAX
Fuck me.
film. Yeah.
It was Prince of Persia. Well done. Though it did just sound like, again, two kids kissing and
know.
fighting, so we're doing well. Okay, so this one here, I think you'll get this one.
Sure.
You'll get it. So just listen.
Honey?
We've not seen this, have we? I've not seen this.
I've seen it. But that noise, that's a very iconic video game noise.
Yeah. I know this is just from the references more than anything.
Yeah.
Right, okay, yeah. Silent Hill, isn't it?
No?
Oh.
Yes, I saw it.
Alright.
Have a look in your fucking face. There's a... Oh. Oh, fuck, you're going... So that's, you've got 3 right and 1 wrong.
Yeah,
And you're definitely going to get this last one.
Right, okay.
To be honest, this one's really easy. I just really wanted to hear it sped up.
Troopers, I just received new orders. Our superiors say the war is cancelled. We can all go home. Bison is getting paid off for his crimes. And our
Why
friends
can't I
will have
stop
died
myself
here.
from saluting?
Will have died for nothing. But we can all go home. Meanwhile, ideals like peace, freedom, and justice, they get packed up. But we can all go home. Well, I'm not going home. I'm gonna get on my boat, and I'm going upriver, and I'm going to kick that son of a bitch Bison's ass so hard that the next Bison wannabe is gonna feel it. Now, who wants to go home? And who wants to go with me?
Everything's sped up. Makes it sound like children. It does though. That sounded like some children playing and then cheering at the end. So would you like to wager again?
I think that was Jean-Claude Van Damme's. I mean, he was snubbed at the awards for this. His amazing speech in Street Fighter, the movie.
You're right. Bang on. So there we go. So
that was
there
good.
we go. So I've managed to sort out some of my DVD collection.
I'm glad I could help.
That's it. So did you enjoy that?
Yeah.
Maybe not as much work went into that as the Tom Waits, recording Tom Waits, but I think essentially
That was good.
you got something out of it.
That was good. Well done.
That was good. Well done. Well done. I'm going away to pat myself on the head.
Now, every episode, me and Scott like to put our new game into our Essential List.
Essential List.
And the Essential List is a list of games that we think are classics that everyone should play that aren't really celebrated enough and people don't talk about enough. So I'm going to start us off this time. Mm-hmm. Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
And my game for the Essential List is Space Channel 5 Part 2. Part 2 is going in because it's about a million times better than Part 1. I mean, I love Space...
well, yeah, no, I get maths.
I love Space Channel 5, but Part 2 is just... It was such a step up in quality. What makes Space Channel 5 great is that, I mean, I love rhythm games, right? But a lot of rhythm games can be very, very difficult to play for people, especially if, like you, they've got no rhythm.
And also being tone deaf as well.
Yeah, oh yeah, that. But this game's really easy. It's just Simon Says, you know? It says up, down, left, right, and you press up, down, left, right.
Yeah.
So simple, but it keeps it going for a couple hours of great fun, and that's what I love about Space Channel 5. It's so simple, but the thing that keeps it going is the fact that the world and what's going on the screen is just so sort of crazy and barmy. And Ulala is possibly one of my favourite main characters. And
say her name again.
Ulala.
Say it again.
Ulala.
Say it again.
Ulala.
Say it again.
Why are you getting me?
It's getting me off.
No, I remember back when I was younger and had a Dreamcast, and I was a bit embarrassed about Space Channel 5 because it seemed like a kind of girls game, kind of girly game. You know, when you're young, you don't want to buy girls games and that. But then I grew up,
sexist,
and realised that actually it's just an incredible game, and she's one of my favourite characters. The soundtrack in Space Channel 5 Part 2 fixes what was wrong with the first one. The first game essentially it was the same song over and over again, just different arrangements. But Space Channel 5 Part 2, all the songs are different, and that sort of just it just makes it a lot more. You can just go back and replay it again and again and again because the songs are so varied, and also it's just got really memorable characters in it, like Ulala herself, like the Marolians, and obviously the ultimate character in it is Space Michael Jackson.
Space Michael Jackson. Was it really played by?
It's really Michael Jackson. Yeah. Apparently they got a call from Michael Jackson saying,
hello.
Yeah. It's like they got a call from Michael Jackson near the end of production of the first game, and he was like, I really want to be in this game. I've heard of it. It looks really good, and they didn't have enough time to put him into it properly, so he's just he's a sort of background character in it. But in this one, they really fleshed out his character. I know it sounds sad, but you know, like he's a much more important. You know, there's a whole level dedicated to him where you actually do Michael Jackson dance moves. I mean, I used to like watching Michael Jackson like music videos when I was wee, like, you know, the video to Thriller with the dance moves and all that. You get to do it in this game, and it's
Does he drink any Jesus juice?
No, he doesn't.
Does he take you around his ranch?
No, he doesn't.
Does he take pictures of you in bed?
No.
Does he bring up a list of? Does he bring out the Elephant Man's bones? Is that why you liked it?
That's why I liked
association.
It. That's why I liked it. But no, if you like rhythm games, Space Channel 5 Part 2 is a game that you really need to get involved with. It's not quite as... It didn't make as much of an impact as things like Parappa the Rapper, and it doesn't have as much of a...
He was a dog.
He was a dog.
He was a dog.
And it's not as much... doesn't have much of a cult following as, say, Guitar Man. But it's sort of that... It's a forgotten gem. It's a forgotten dancing game. It's a forgotten rhythm game, and I think it needs a resurgence of interest. There was an HD remake of Part 2 a few years ago, and it's well worth playing, downloading on PlayStation Network or Xbox Live, because it's one of the few ones that Sega actually did right and didn't balls up.
You had to do at least one right.
Yeah, so there we go. Space Channel 5 Part 2 is in our Essential List.
That's a good choice there for the Essential List.
So what about you?
Me, well, I'm actually going for another Sega game as well, but a bit more recent, and one made by probably our favourite part of Sega.
Sonic Team.
Who? No, this is a Sega game, and it was actually developed by Yakuza Team. However now, boy, calm down. This was not Yakuza. This was not your dad's Yakuza.
No.
This is Binary Domain.
The Amada Corporation created machines to serve us, but they evolved, becoming ever more human. Secretly given ego and emotion, these hollow children began to infiltrate every level of society. Just another step in the evolutionary chain. We have to work together. Somebody has to stop them.
Of course, designed by Toshihiro Nagoshi,
Well done.
who created the Yakuza video game series. Now, Binary Domain was completely different to the Yakuza games in its presentation, how it played. But what I think is good about the Yakuza games is good here. The attention to detail, the how they flesh out the characters, and the story that kind of doesn't outstay its welcome. I know, like games like Yakuza, for example, you can play for a good 40, 60 hours, but that's because of all the stuff they pack into it. Whereas here, it's kind of set in the future where robots have been kind of cutting about for a wee while now, but there's this kind of what they call the New Geneva Convention, where they ban robots who look just like people, and they call them hollow children, which is a brilliant name. I mean, it's pretty much Ghost in the fucking Shell. But so they ban these hollow children, and the game takes place. You're a Rust crew, which is a bit like Blade Runner. If instead of it just being Harrison Ford, it was a group of people from all around the world who represent different stereotypes, cutting about Japan. But it's deeply playable, full of really interesting characters. You've got loads of characters. Like, the main guy Dan's quite good fun, but he's probably the least interesting.
No, well, he starts off. I mean, like, I think the thing they did right. I know this is your game and I'm talking about it here, but the thing they did right was all the characters when you first meet them seem like stereotypes, and then as you stay with them for longer, you realise there's more to it than that.
Well, it's as you stay with them, and also the game allows you to develop relationships with the characters as well, depending on how you work with them. So some of them will appreciate it when you help them up if they get knocked down, or shoot an enemy they were having difficulty with, and you begin to develop proper relationships with them. Or conversely, if you shoot them in the back of the head like a dafty, if you ignore them when they're injured, it can ruin your relationship. So sometimes you get the ability to order them. There was voice control as well, but I don't think anyone actually honestly played the whole game with voice control. So sometimes you give them an order, and if they weren't friendly with you, they just fucking wouldn't do it. Or if they were friendly with you, they would do it. It had really good characters. Big Bo, who was here, who was Dan's pal. My favourite was Kane.
I think everyone's favourite's Kane.
Must be, who was a French robot. It was brilliant. It was brilliantly designed, though. I was reading more about it because they wanted him to look noticeably different from all the robots you're shooting. So they gave him kind of different joints and different positions to move in.
And a scarf.
And a scarf as well. Well, it's kind of like a bandana.
A bandana thing, yeah.
But the game itself, I mean, as I say, deeply playable. Really good fun story, but I think the core of it, the shooting mechanic of it is solid.
Yeah.
It's really good. I mean, which is funny because they made Yakuza Dead Souls, which came out before it, which almost seemed like a kind of dry run for it.
Yeah.
And while I love the Yakuza games, Dead Souls was a misstep, which has led to no more games being released in the West, pretty much.
Yeah.
Whereas this, you play it and you think, this is just so confident. This feels like a game made by guys who have made this style of game before. And it's the only shooting game I can think of that features a massive water slide.
Yeah, I like that
at the
bit.
beginning.
Yeah.
It fucking...
And the jet ski bit. And
did man up. But yeah, it had lots of variable different types of
good
gameplay.
bosses.
Good bosses, some really good bosses. And at the end as well, depending on your relationships, the end changed as well. So you kind of felt like you got benefit from actually being folks' pal.
Or, as you did, play on easy mode.
Play on easy mode and be everyone's pal, which is great. And there's even a wee romance option as well. It was, you know what? A really good game, and it's a game that, honestly, in fact, I've not even mentioned the multiplayer actually.
No, the multiplayer was good.
Multiplayer was good.
Yeah.
There we go, so I've mentioned it.
Yeah. No, the thing I liked with it is the fact that, like Vanquish, because the enemies are robots, it means that when you shoot them, they just fall to pieces.
And you blow bits off of them,
great.
but they can keep coming at
and
you.
if you get a headshot on a robot, it starts shooting these pals.
Or did they blow up as well? No, they shot their pals. No, their arms went flailing about, didn't they? So a fantastic game, and honestly one you can find really cheaply now as well.
Yeah, because nobody bought it.
Nobody bought it. That's it. That's the big shame with so many of these games. Same with Vanquish.
Yeah.
And games like that is like folk who play them go on and on about them. They love them, but there's this kind of perception. You look, maybe the front cover of Binary Domain doesn't inspire a lot of confidence. It's just a fairly generic looking cover. But when you play the game, you'll see that kind of quality shining through. And if you can pick up for £5, I would heavily recommend doing it. you remember last episode we had a top 5 as suggested by. Now we quite enjoyed that feature because it involved less work for us. So we've decided to do that again. Now we got quite a few really good suggestions. Actually one we did work on for a wee while, but to be honest I got a wee bit stumped with it. But I think I might return to it at one point because it was a really good one. I won't spoil it, but it was one that we were getting like loads of audio files lined up and I was like, I don't think I'm doing this quite right, so went for this one. But this one's good as well. So this one's suggested by Cami Toman at
Twitter legend it is.
Twitter legend, at Co-Mutiny on Twitter, who gave us top 5 games where you don't kill anyone. Now, the way I looked at it, because it'd be very easy just to choose, Guitar Hero, Aerosmith. I went for kind of the games you'd say, like, games where you don't kill anyone, and kind of different types of genre games that you could say like, right, here's a game that's fun that you don't have to kill someone in, like games you could maybe show a pal who isn't really into violence.
I give myself a rule as well, just not to avoid the obvious ones, so I just said like no racing games.
Well, I've got a racing game. Okay, so do you want to shall I do mine first?
You do yours first. You do yours first.
So number 5, Ridge Racer.
Okay, no, I'll let you have that. As long as they're not all racing games, just fine. Yeah.
Number 4, good. Ridge Racer, because not only is it a game, like certainly Ridge Racer on the PS3, not only is it a game where you don't kill anyone, the online is so polite as well. So a lot like Mario Kart. Number 4, Cannibalt.
Well, I suppose
you don't kill anyone,
but you do end up dying.
Well, but you don't kill anyone.
Okay.
Number 3, Ace Attorney.
Okay.
You don't kill anyone.
No, it's just because that might be one of mine. That's cool. No, that's good.
Number 2, Harvest Moon.
Oh,
beautiful game.
Yeah, of course. A whole RPG where you don't kill anybody.
I don't think you slaughter any animals. I've never had to the whole time I've played it.
Or just for milk, they cows.
Just for milk. Number 1, Flower.
Oh, okay.
Genuinely one of my favourite PS. I sat for ages and thought Journey or Flower. But I thought if you're thinking about just total like pure
bit of a wanky choice, but there you go.
Fuck you. Flower's great.
Flower is great.
Right, let's hear your top 5.
Okay, number 5, Phoenix Wright. Just a new adventure game, but there's no killing. In fact, you're defending people from death row.
Okay.
Number 4, Beat the Beat Rhythm Paradise.
Do you know, actually, I looked at that as well because it was one of the games on my shelf. I was like, oh, did I do it?
Really friendly, happy rhythm game full of great characters. Number 3, Katamari Damacy. A game that's about creating more than killing. Although you could argue that maybe by rolling
up continents, he probably has killed people.
But the thing is, that theory is disproven in Katamari Damacy. Everyone loves Katamari Damacy, the second one, because you roll up the entire planet and make a new planet, and you're thinking, oh, maybe I've killed everyone on the planet, but no. The king says, oh, I can hear everyone in the planet saying they're enjoying the new planet better than the old one. So we're saved there. Number 2, Yakuza, because even though you fight folk and stab them and shoot them, they still get up again and give you money and say sorry for getting in fights with you. So you don't kill anybody.
Is that the same for all the bosses though? Do you not fling one guy off the side of a building and then
No, he flings himself off. He flings himself off.
Okay, right.
You don't kill a single soul in Yakuza. So I was being clever with this, right? And here we go. My ultimate wanky choice for number 1.
Let's hear it.
Metal Gear Solid 2.
Now, do you know, I actually wondered if you were going to go down the Metal Gear route.
Right, because Metal Gear Solid 2 is the first Metal Gear game that gave you the pacifist route, where you could go through the entire game without killing anyone.
But Solidus dies.
No, because you can flip your sword around and use the blunt edge to not kill him.
But he still dies.
In the cutscene, yeah, but you don't kill him. He falls off a building.
But he still dies.
No, you don't kill it, no.
But would you not say...
it counts as not killing anyone.
Right,
you get to the end and it says no kills. So...
Aye.
So it gives you the option to not kill anyone.
I'm not 100% on that one, personally speaking.
No, it's true.
I just think, and I agree the game says no kill run, right? Which, but the same, it would probably say the same at the end of Metal Gear Solid 3, but you shoot the boss. Spoilers. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, no kills, but you still have to shoot her dead. So,
that's why I didn't choose MGS3. That's why I chose MGS2.
But even if you're like, oh, but I just stunned him, he still died. So you still led to his death.
That's circumstantial evidence at best.
Circumstantial. Alright, Phoenix, right. Okay, right, so let's put together our ultimate.
Right, we both have Phoenix Wright, so I think that has to be number
Phoenix
5.
Wright, so that's number 5.
Right, what yours again?
So I've got Ridge Racer, Cannibalt, Phoenix Wright, Harvest Moon and Flower.
Okay, I'm banning Ridge Racer because
that's fine.
That's an obvious one. I think Beat the Beat.
Beat the Beat
should go there.
Okay.
I think Katamari should go there.
I think Harvest Moon should go there.
Right. And now it's a choice between Yakuza, MGS2 and Cannibal.
Well, I think if we're talking about the ultimate game we don't kill anyone, I've chosen a game where you go a petal in the wind.
Okay, right.
Flower
Okay,
petal
flower.
in the wind. Flower.
Flower goes number 1. There we
Right.
go.
Okay. So that is. So let's go in reverse order. Number 5.
Phoenix Wright.
Phoenix Wright. Number 4.
Beat the Beat. It
Beat
was.
the Beat. Beat
Yeah.
the Beat. Number 4.
Yeah. Number 3.
Number 3.
Katamari.
Katamari. Number 2. Harvest
Harvest
Moon.
Moon.
Number 1. Flower. So that's how Scott gets his way. Don't be wrong. I did think about Metal Gear for a while. But I just thought it's like, I know you're like, oh, it's circumstantial. He's still dead though. I was going to say he's never going to father any children, but because of his nature as a clone. God, their podcast was 4 hours long because Scott was talking about les enfants terribles. In time honoured tradition, we're now going to answer a few of your questions. So I've chosen a few here, so let's have a look.
Yeah.
So up first we've got, this is from @ScottMcLaren69. This is, what is your go-to game when you have a few mates round? That's a good question.
I would like to say in the future it'll be Mario Kart, but it tends to be for us fighting games. Virtua Fighter, Dead or Alive, Marvel vs Capcom sometimes. Yeah, those are the ones we tend to go to. Isn't it?
I think it depends on, it sounds odd, but what mates? Like usually fighting games definitely, if it's us.
Blur as well.
Blur,
Yeah,
Blur's always
Blur.
there. I think if it's just us and a few like our pals we went to school with or uni with, it's always those fighting games.
Yeah.
It tends to be though, if it's a kind of mixed group of folk.
Yeah.
Nintendo Land.
Right now
it is
Nintendo Land
certainly.
is really, yeah.
Because if you've got 5 folk in your house and enough pads, you need to play Nintendo
Right,
Land.
have we
You've got a
mentioned
Wii
the
U.
magical moment when we were playing it the other week?
Oh, we
And-
found there was more levels in the Luigi's Mansion one.
Yeah, it was...
So we played it a lot.
Yeah.
But I think this is the first time we'd ever played it in 5 player.
Yeah.
So with enough people to
And then we just
hunt.
unlocked 2
And
more
after
levels
playing
and everyone
3
in the room...
levels-
Ah!
It was, and one of the levels is ridiculous because there's nowhere to hide.
Yeah.
It's like an open space.
That's so good.
It's
Yeah.
definitely, if you've got Nintendo Land and you've got friends round, it's a given.
Yeah.
I mean, but Mario Kart is great in 4 player as well.
Yeah.
But that's go-to games usually tend to be a lot of fighting games for
Yeah.
us because we're violent. Up next we've got @TheToiletDuck on Twitter. Boss character you'd most want to be playable in the same game.
I know what your answer's going to be.
Well, I've been thinking, I was actually kind of unsure for quite a while. I think it would probably be, it depends, you're trying to think what boss character would have an interesting arc in a game
Right.
at the same, because I was thinking, I wouldn't just want it to be like, oh, I'm just playing this game, but oh, I'm just this character now, because like, for
Yeah.
example, like I was thinking the boss in Metal Gear Solid
okay,
3,
yeah,
but I was like,
yeah.
but what's she doing when, is she just hanging about
Aye.
when Snake's doing everything?
Yeah.
She's burying her pals.
Yeah.
So I kind of thought maybe it'd be quite fun. I thought like maybe Revolver Ocelot.
Aye.
Maybe going him in Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yep.
Because you get that bit where he kind of infiltrates the tanker.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I thought that would be kind of quite interesting.
Okay.
But a different style of
That's not
gameplay.
what I thought you were going to say Ganondorf from Wind Waker.
He just hangs about.
I know.
You know, it has to be something where
Aye,
you think,
but
what would
he's-
add to the game.
Aye, but he's cool as fuck.
He's cool as fuck. Don't be wrong, he's cool as fuck. But I think he would just swan about in his big kimono.
Oh, well, my answer, I think, see, in Yakuza 1,
Yeah.
I always thought the Nishiki would be a sort of interesting character to go. Mm-hmm. But then I'm just thinking about it in terms of a film there. Like, it'd be interesting to see his point of view, but he pretty much play the same as Kazuma because that's who he is. He's Kazuma's best pal who's just as good at punching guys.
Yeah.
So, that's my kind of boring answer. But from a mechanics point of view, I would love to go Ganondorf.
Yeah.
Just to smack folk about. You know?
Smack folk about. Is he
Yeah.
playable in Hyrule Warriors?
Oh,
Have they said yet?
I hope so.
He probably will. I mean,
I hope so.
Ganondorf, but then it's like, what version of him will it be?
It'll be Twilight Princess, probably. Or similar to Twilight Princess, Ganondorf.
Wasn't it a bad design, but
No, I like Twilight Princess. I like them all. I like all
No, I like them
Ganondorfs.
all. It was
All
the-
Ganondorfs are equal.
wasn't the best. Maybe I was going to say Bowser, but Bowser's been playable in games.
Yeah, Bowser's
before,
been
so-
playable. Super.
No, I'd say like Revolver Ocelot because he's got quite an interesting story.
Aye, that's a good answer. Good answer.
Thanks, well, thank you. You got one there.
Yeah, well, Facebook. You're letting us down here. In between the bath or showers obviously. Chicken or fish.
I do like a bath.
Fish,
but
obviously.
I get too hot.
Scott or Joe. Scott,
You
obviously.
say chicken or fish?
Yeah,
Well,
I like fish.
no, I like fish. I feel.
Scott or Joe. Scott, obviously. And jokes about the Elephant Man. Not appreciated, Mark. We've got one glorious light in the darkness. Best 3DS game. Go on. What do you think?
Best 3DS game. Oh, it's the thing is there's.
I know there's a lot. There's a lot.
I mean, I'd say see if you're buying a 3DS today, and you're like, what game do I need to buy? It's Link Between Worlds.
Yeah.
It's 100% Link Between
Yeah.
Worlds. But if you've got a 3DS and you've played that already, and you're like, but what else is really good? Super Mario 3D Land is excellent.
It's incredible.
Mario Kart 7 is brilliant.
Yeah. Ocarina of Time 3D is a great remake of the actual greatest game ever, so that by default is the best 3DS
But
game.
you see if you're asking and you're on a budget, I'd say Attack of the Friday Monsters.
Aye, yeah.
Is actually one of my favourite games I've ever played. It was just brilliantly done, really funny, and it's just a perfect wee adventure game.
Yeah.
I
For me,
love that.
when you start using the word best instead of favourite, I think the best is definitely Ocarina of Time 3D, but I would also recommend Dead or Alive Dimensions, because it's...
You would.
No, it's the best...
Here's the mate, you want to see some ditties in 3D?
Fuck's sake, man. It's the best handheld fighting game ever made. It's so good, and there's so much to it, so it'll keep you occupied for ages.
Okay. But certainly, there's, I think 3DS...
But certainly, there are 3D tits in it.
but however, no, 3DS is... But I'd say... It's definitely a Zelda game for it, but A Link Between Worlds is very good indeed.
Yeah.
Okay, and I've actually got a question here from Cami Toman.
Twitter legend Cami Toman.
Twitter legend. It's which company would need to turn their IPs into a MOBA for you to get excited about MOBAs? Now,
I kind of nodded off there as soon as I heard the IP and MOBA in the same
Do
sentence.
you know what was funny? See, when I read the question, I was like, I'm going to have to look up what MOBA means, aren't I? So MOBA...
Is it not a multiplayer online battle arena?
Yes.
So, Awesome Knots, you liked Awesome Knots, that's a MOBA.
Oh, it was alright. I wasn't any good at it, though.
Yeah, you were rubbish.
Because it's not about getting excited about them. Because, I mean, the thing is, they've done MOBAs for, like, DC characters and Marvel characters.
You know,
That's never got me excited.
You know what I don't understand about...
What do you not understand?
Isn't that just a fighting game? A MOBA? Is that not just... like lots of characters fighting each other?
It's not a bit like League of Legends? Is League of Legends a MOBA?
Aye, it is.
Am I just saying like a complete
what do you mean though? Do you mean Cammy, what do you mean?
Maybe
do you mean a game like League of Legends, or do you mean a game where folk just fight each other online? Because Anarchy Reigns is a fighting game online, and you know that's great.
Well, this is MOBAs are also known as this is Wikipedia here.
Wikipedia.
Action real-time strategy, or ARTS. So I think it's usually a fusion of action and real-time strategy.
Well, that's...
So it's not really...
Right, okay.
Anarchy Reigns involves no strategy except for going the biggest...
So it's not
gun.
actually... It doesn't actually mean what the abbreviation means.
Well, no, you get like a...
Acronym, sorry.
You get a wee map, and you've got maybe your team of 4 guys, and you battle somebody else's team of 4 guys.
Okay.
So it's like League of Legends, and what's the name of the other one that folk love as well? Diablo's not one, is it? Diablo's different.
Defense of the Ancients or something like
Defense of the Ancients, yes. Well, yes, Defense of the Asians? Defense of the Ancients. Everyone, see when folks started saying Dota, I was like, he's misspelled Dead or Alive. And I was like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Zelda.
Nintendo.
My go-to answer is Sonic.
Do you know, I nearly bought...
Sonic.
What was it? Sonic the Dark Chronicles the other day.
Oh, the RPG.
So I was like, this must be good.
You're like, it's made by BioWare. I fucking
Must
love Mass Effect.
I do like Mass Effect. I honestly don't think a MOBA's the kind of thing I would ever get into, but it's in the same way that I'm not into strategy games. I wish I could play them,
Aye.
but I don't have the patience for the kind of levelling up and the kind of the way they control. Mainly because I'm not a PC person. There are some games I play in PC, like kind of fun wee indie games.
Like Fire Emblem, no, it's a strategy game. Valkyria Chronicles.
The way you say that.
Valkyria Chronicles?
But those are kind of, you could almost say those are kind of more arcadey in how they play. They are they're kind of ones designed for folk that aren't deeply immersed within that kind of genre.
Yeah, we're going to get a few complaints you saying that. Like.
You can put lots of depth into them, but you can play them in a more straightforward way. Whereas these games, I think, need a lot
I'm not really
time.
into them, but if they were to make a Zelda one, I would definitely buy it, because if it's got Zelda on the box.
How about a Shenmue MOBA? Shen-MOBA?
Shen-MOBA! Yeah, I would play Shen-MOBA.
Shen-MOBA 3. Finally, Shen-MOBA 3's it.
I'd play Shen-MOBA to death. I really would. Oh.
Finally, the Dragon Mirror. Oh, I've unlocked the Dragon Mirror in Shen-MOBA. What does it do? Oh, it makes a dragon appear. Shen-MOBA. Quite quick copyright.
Shen-MOBA.
Shen-MOBA. That's the name of the episode there.
Oh,
Shen-MOBA.
Shen-MOBA.
Easy peasy. Right, so there we go. So that was some good...
Zeldoba.
Zeldoba. Sounds like...
Marioba.
Marioba. Warioba. Someone did actually. There was one question that stuck out for me. There's one I thought about a lot. I think it was Stuart Orr on Twitter, which was which video game character has the hairiest arsehole, and it's stuck with me quite a lot because the only answer I could think of was probably Wario. Like, although someone was like, "Oh, Donkey Kong,"
that's that sort of.
I think it'd still be Wario.
Wario or Waluigi.
Zangief. Mike Hagger from Final Fight. Thrilling episode of the BitSocket podcast. Remember, you can subscribe to us on YouTube. We've got a new video that came up this week as well, though
Ghostbusters
by the time
review.
this comes out, probably last week.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters review, so it's timely.
Yeah.
Very timely. What else?
Twitter at BitSocket, Facebook/BitSocket, and we'll have a new website soon as well.
A new website. And are we going to have any other big videos coming up?
Maybe.
We can't tell you.
Can't tell you. Soon though.
Soon.
All will be revealed.
Cross your legs.
Aye.
Cross your legs.
It was in our hearts all along. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. And remember, keep BitSocketing. Why don't you say it as well?
Because I can't at the same time as you, it's really hard.
1, 2, 3.
Keep BitSocketing.